Hi, Tom here. Welcome to my new video, how to draw the Penrose Stairs. The Penrose Stairs is a variation on the impossible triangle made famous by the artist M.C.Escher. In this optical illusion developed by Roger Penrose, the stairs look like they continually rise. The first step is to draw a vertical line at an angle, and then add another diagonal line from this going up towards the left. Next, draw another diagonal line, this time going down towards the bottom of your page, and then another diagonal line going left, which should make a sort of wedge shape and not be parallel to the first diagonal line at the top right. And now we need a shorter line at the back. Next, add two more vertical lines, and this completes the basic shape that we need for the endless stairs. Now we need to add four more lines for each of the diagonal lines that we have on the top of this shape. Now each of these diagonal lines, as it goes away from us, needs to get closer to the original diagonal line. So once your drawing looks a bit like this, you'll find that we've made four squares on each of the corners. The next step is to draw some steps between each of these squares. Now the first line of steps that I'm going to draw just go up in a normal way, a straightforward way, towards the left. And then the second line of steps go up towards the middle again, just rising steps, quite straightforward to do. But the third line of steps, from the top centre to the right, they're going up, but to draw these we need to be careful that each of the squares of the steps is sort of shifted a little bit towards the right as they go up along the line, the guideline that we drew earlier on. Now it is time to draw the last line of steps, and for this I start my drawing from the first step at the bottom centre of the drawing, and then I draw the steps going to the right as if they're going downwards. To work this out, they just need to shift a little bit to the right as they go down, and the way that I've drawn it, they don't quite touch the last step, so they do work, but they're not quite straight enough. So I'll just erase some of the lines and straighten them up a little bit. And at this stage also, it's really important to look carefully at how the steps overlap each other at the four corners of this block of stairs, because that's where the illusion lies, in the four corners, how you can look at the stairs and look like they're continuously going up, which of course is an impossible thing for stairs to do, and it's just a matter of how they link at the corners. Now once the Penrose steps are in place, I'll add some tone to the drawing, putting some shadows on the steps as well, and putting some tone on the right hand side of the block that the steps are resting upon. Next, I'll add some windows to the thickness of the walls, and now I can add some other buildings in the background, just some simple block-shaped buildings which sort of funnel downwards, so the vertical lines going straight down don't go straight down, they sort of go straight down but towards the centre of the page as well, so sort of funneling down to the centre. Now for these drawings we're looking down on all of the buildings, so I need to draw the tops of each of the buildings, and I think I'll add some windows too. I've made all the other buildings smaller than the first buildings with the steps on top, which is in the foreground, so I want the foreground to be coming forward, so I just make everything else a little bit smaller, and that will make it seem like it's coming forward. Again, I can add some tone to the right hand side of all of the buildings, and maybe some tone in some of the windows as well. Once the buildings are in place, you could add some people walking up the stairs. I'd like to do this, and I think I'll try and keep it simple, so I'll draw some stick men. I'll work out where their feet are going to land on each step, So each person is sort of moving from one step to another, so I need to draw the two sort of shadows of where their feet go first, and then just a really simple stick person. And then I'll just add some black pen to make them a little bit more realistic. I hope you like this video, and I hope you find it useful for your own drawings. Please give it a thumbs up if you do like it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Circle Line Art School, for a new how to draw video every week. There are now over 200 of my videos to watch. Thank you very much for watching, and Happy New Year.